is your motherfucking host! Did I startle you guys? This is your host, Steve from the Bed. And I thought it would be funny to try to hit something really small. So that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to hit some very small things, or maybe something very small. So I can imagine someone might say, Steve, are you obsessed with throwing things? Are you obsessed with projecting things? Because you always seem to want to either throw something or shoot something with something. Every time I had something. Oh, they said, it's funny, they said Steve always knows when to throw what at what time across the room. And that's just that's basically part of self-defense, you know.
Oh my God.
A lot of times people really what's the word? I mean, obviously everyone knows what a gun is. Everyone knows what a gun is. Everyone knows why they call guns equalizers, okay? So no, I don't have to explain that. But have you ever been hit with a brick before? Have you ever been hit with a rock before? Have you ever had a battery thrown straight at your head and it actually hit solidly? Not like it grazed you or they missed. No, I mean someone knew and they had good aim and you got beamed with a friggin' battery in the head. What I'm trying to say is sometimes people underestimate the importance, and sometimes it's just a game. The thing about throwing things or shooting things, just any type of, you know, projectile, is it's fun. It's literally, I would think for a person that it would be impulsive. I mean, think of it, really think. Chimpanzees throw things. You know what I mean? Little monkeys throw things. It almost seems like the minute that you have hands, you're going to be throwing something. Because it's just something... It's something that's like impulsive, I think, about a brain, a more intelligent brain. So when you realize that you can get something from point, like this is a toilet paper roll, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But the whole point of that is when you realize that you can move something from point A to point B, and the second it leaves your hand, I feel like there's like this magic that happens whether you realize it or not. It's because it's just a thing. It's the aspect of something that you can't see. Like, you know, when you throw something that it left your hand, okay? Obviously some people are so scientific that they can explain all the physics behind that in all the scientific terms, but you know what I'm talking about. You know that there's like just a magical feeling. It's like when you fire anything. I don't care if it's a gun, an arrow, anything. There's almost like, and that's why it's kind of addicting. And people out there that are watching that know what I'm talking about. There's an addiction that comes with it. Like there's like a high. There's like a high that you get. For some reason, I don't know. I think it's just it's a human thing. It's not just a human thing, but it's just a mental thing. It's just like riding a bike or driving in a car really fast or going on a roller coaster. Something about when you're moving through space at a fast pace just does something to your brain psychologically. That is like soothing for some reason. So I also have to say another thing is precision. You know, like when you're trying to hit things that are like small, for me personally, and maybe this is not a lot of people, but for me it does something. I don't know, it does something to my brain. It's like it does something for me. I don't know. There's something so satisfying about hitting a small target, you know. And it's not just because it's more difficult. I don't think it's just because it's more difficult. It's just there's something more to it. Why it is just so satisfying than hitting a big target. And I would dare say, if I were to hit a big target, the what's the word? The debris in the actual look of it would be more soothing. Like if you were to shoot, I don't know, a glass bottle and watch it burst in slow motion, or a balloon or a water balloon, watch it. There's something satisfying about that. There just really is. There's something really satisfying about that. So I'm just ranting a little bit on it because it's kind of funny. Like I feel like there's a psychology behind everything why we do things, and I feel like some of us are just wired a certain way. And I believe there's some people out there who you would call they're just natural born whatever, like they're natural born shooters. Even with like aim, their aim is just naturally really good for some reason. And their eyes, they just have a way of judging distance and everything, and it's just it's like a gift. You know, like I don't think it's always just this dark thing. Like you think of people that like to shoot things as like these little monsters, like on a movie. You always see these little, like an alien with a blaster. This thing is just blasting everything that moves. He's shooting everything. Like friggin' cricket makes a sound, he just blows the cricket's head off. He shoots the friggin' squirrel just because it's there. You know, it's not like that. I would say it's more like, how can I say this? Kind of like how a cat is wired to chase something. I feel like that's what's a human nature that we all have. Like when you see something moving around, it's in some people to just try to target something and just chase it, or try to hit it, because it just does something to your brain. It does something for your brain. And that's the only way I could put it into words. Because that's just the way my mind works, like a cat. Like if I see something moving around long enough, it depends on my mood and depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll just tune it out, but usually if I'm bored, then I'm gonna want to chase it, or I'm gonna want to try to shoot it. Whether it's moving or not. And I would say it's even more of a challenge or even more satisfaction if you can shoot something with anything that is moving, something that's moving around. Something that's like erratic too. That's very erratic, moving around, very fast and erratic. Because there's a lot of physics and technique that goes into shooting things that are moving around. You know, and it's a greater satisfaction when it's something with more difficulty. It just is. That's just the way it is. It's like when you play a game. You play a video game. You don't play the video game on easy the whole time. You play it on easy, and then eventually you put it on hard, or you put it on medium, or like I used to do sometimes. I bump it up to the highest difficulty and see how long I can last, and have fun with that. So this is the rant part of the video. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm just trying to crank out content because YouTube is a platform that is actually fun. That's the only way I can explain it. You gotta, sometimes you have to do things like you gotta work jobs and stuff. Sometimes you take on full on careers that may make you money and may keep you, surviving. Maybe you have a child or two or something, or whatever you're trying to uphold. But, sometimes you just have to have fun with something, because why are you, I don't know if I should even curse. Oh, I already did, so, okay. Why are you even fucking alive? I think I'm gonna rant on that a little too. Why the fuck are you even alive if you're miserable? Like, why are you fucking living? See, I'm just gonna say it like how it is. And I can get judged for it because I get judged for every damn thing I do anyway. You know, I get judged for every damn thing anyway, so I don't give a fuck. Okay, what I'm gonna say is, like, people talk all this shit, this bullshit, like, oh, you know, you're loved and don't take your life, and then some people say some shit like, I had someone tell me that this is some bullshit if I ever heard. I had someone tell me they wouldn't want to see me in the newspaper dead because I didn't take the vaccine. And I'm thinking, you know, in my head, I'm really thinking like, what makes you think that I give a fuck what you think about my life? Just like my family, what would make anyone think that I give a fuck what they would think if I was to pass away? You get what I'm saying? Like, I only can even scratch those emotions or thoughts in any type of way if I was actually very happy. Because, see, when you're actually very happy, you have room to give a fuck what a lot of people think because you are satisfied, you know. So you start to think things like, you know, I wonder if I could impart some good into these people's lives because I'm already set. You know, I'm not lonely. I'm not miserable. You know, I have a wife or I have a girl, and this is going to be a forever thing. I'm satisfied. My needs are met. Now I have room to, you know, care what someone else thinks, and I want my life to be long because I'm enjoying it, you know. But if you're a motherfucker like me, you know, it's miserable. It's like there's no, you have nothing. There's no one here but me. It's not. It's like if I was to get COVID and fucking die, tomorrow, it would be doing me kind of a favor. It would be making things easy for me because I wouldn't have to strive towards anything. Like, what are you gonna do if you're already dead? What? What are you gonna really do? You know what I mean? Do you get my fucking point? People, honestly, I look at it like this. People say it's selfish for me to think a certain way. No, it's fucking selfish for you to think any type of way because I honestly have to say, like, okay, so what about me? Do you, it's like, so me and my existence in some type of way is, like, how the fuck is that relevant? Is it relevant what I would do in connection to you when my life is fucking miserable? Do you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like how, did you ever ask a person why they just don't give a fuck? Like, did you ever ask a person, could you ever actually ask a person like me why I don't give a fuck about COVID or any deadly fucking thing that could come my way? Why, did you ever ask me why I actually won't give a fuck in my current situation and state that I'm in if I was to die the next day, and how that would be a fucking favor? It's like, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Steve was a sweet guy. Steve was a nice guy. If I'm such a fucking nice guy or a sweet guy, why am I alone? You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta ask realistic. You gotta be real with yourself, like, and think outside of your train of thought. Okay, so I had to go off on that tangent because I don't. I really, honestly, fucking. I have to say, I actually hate the way people think sometimes. Like, I'm like, okay, now I'll put it like this: if you're a person who is living a life, you're with a person that you truly love, you are truly fulfilled. It doesn't matter if you have 3 kids, no kid, if you live in a fucking shed, or if you live in a palace, right? If your life, you when you get up in the morning, you just think, man, I don't want to get old. I don't, you know, this. I want to see this, you know. And then you have like family and stuff, and like, you know, and you have friends, actually friends that you cherish and cherish for the right reasons, and you know, you feel like they add to your life, and you know, I don't have fucking none of that shit. Okay, and yeah, I have family. Yeah, yeah, I have friends and acquaintances. Yeah, but do I ever see them on the grounds that I would want? Fucking no. It's literally like everything I do is a distraction from what really is. Does that make sense to you? So I don't know. I'm just gonna cut that off, even going there, because if you don't understand what the fuck I'm saying, then I can't fucking reach you. You know what I mean? If you don't understand what I'm saying, how the fuck could I reach you? If I would literally have to sit down with you and tell you my whole life story and talk to you for like 3 hours straight. Um, some people just aren't built like me. You're just not. You know, you're just a certain way. Um, to me, you're a fucking alien. I'm sorry to say it like that, but to me, you're a fucking Martian. Because if you don't understand what the fuck I'm saying and how I'm saying it and why, then I don't know what the fuck to say to you. You know, except you're just in a your life is something else. Like your life and your situation is something. You have a different type of heart, different type of makeup, different type of brain. You just don't get what I'm saying. Um, so back to the fun shit. You know, instead of talking about my depressing life issues, um, you know, sometimes you just have to have fun. And I mean having fun with what's there. You know what I mean? Like because you know things could always be better. You could be doing things a different way. Um, but I'm trying to talk about psychology because this channel is about fun and recreation. It's not just about like spiritual shit and things that I don't like and like politics and all that shit. It's not all about that. Sometimes it's just about like psychology and science. You know what I mean? And the mental part of a person's brain. I'm talking about the body and brain connection. That is psychological. Okay, and it's very interesting. And the even more interesting part about it is now when you learn to manipulate it, it can work in your favor. And what I'm talking about is almost like it's like when people talk about selective breeding or selective basically selecting traits that you want to keep and then there's traits you don't want. You can literally do that with yourself. And this is what I mean. Like over years, for instance, it could be laziness, okay? It could be laziness. It could be like you're very lazy, like you're not motivated. So if you can find a way to motivate yourself and also pinpoint the reasons why you are not motivated or what's the word, you found a way like a formula or a practice to bring out the side of you that makes you motivated, you can start trying to like literally change the way that you kind of operate, you know, mentally and physically for the better. But that's a choice you have to make. And see, the thing about that is an art, and that it's a journey that you have to like figure out yourself. Okay? So this is what I'm trying to say. You know, and that's partly that's kind of not all this channel, but that's partly what this channel is about too. This channel talks about things because really every life is complex. You know, and things are layered. So I can be talking about one thing, but there's like a lot that I'm not even touching on, and there's a lot that frankly some people just will not understand. You know, you won't understand a fucking word I'm saying, and it'll be completely alien to you because you don't think about it. That's the thing. You don't get up in the morning like me and think about these things, or you don't have to think about these things. So it's not your realm. It's not your world. Like they always say, it's just not your thing. But I'm gonna cut this short. These are just things to think about. Okay. That's why I did a video before on on the human eye, and on parts of how the human eye works. Because that whole movement thing is part of it. You know, I was talking about before about projecting things. You know, it was like the addiction of projecting things. You know, it's an addiction. It's an addicting thing. You know, man, there's literally some people where they'll literally sit there and they will throw a ball like hundreds of times. You know what I mean? I mean hundreds. When I say hundreds, hundreds of times, literally. You know, and they're like anal. They're literally anal about their technique too. They're anal about it. You know, It's just like some people are shooters like that. They're anal shooters. They're literally obsessed with their shooting skill. Like they're obsessed with it. They literally, and it's a lot of money too. A lot of money's poured into that too. Especially when you're talking about like real firearms and you know, the money that people are spending to go and shoot like that. You know, it's a lot of money too. So obviously it's doing something for them. Now, if you want to talk about the self defense application, it is doing a lot for them because you know they're if they're that on point with their shooting, those are the people who, God forbid, you're like a criminal or something, or and they have to shoot you. They're gonna shoot you, and they're probably. I mean, they may not kill you, but I'm gonna tell you this: you're gonna be shot. That's the thing. If their accuracy, even under, because if they're under stress is one thing. If they're not under stress, and it's another thing if they're under stress. Who knows? Maybe under stress they're even a better shot. I don't know. Who knows? But you're gonna be in some trouble. That's what I'm saying because they're in essence they're training and they're so heavily trained. They're so it's like they're blowing their nose. It's like they're sneezing. Them drawing a weapon and shooting is like sneezing. It's like so. That's a thing. You know. But basically, learn how to have fun with your skills and hobbies. Learn how to have fun with it. That's really what this is really about. This channel. This channel is about mostly like learning things about yourself for your own pleasure. Really, that's really what this is about. Because the end goal is how can you have fun with something. Now, it's one thing. Now, I know I do talk about like dramatic stuff on this channel, and I do get emotional and rant and vent. But one thing I'm really trying to hit home is not so much trying to make this one of those channels that focuses on what do you call it, solving people's problems or how to solve problems, because that's something I really would like people to do on their own. I don't want to have to help people do that. You know, I would love to help some woman that I was dating do that. Like her girlfriend or wife, like that, because that's my job. You get what I'm saying? That's my fucking job, and I live for that. But other than that, I'm really not that type of person. I'm not like a helper type of person. You know, not like I'm saying I just don't give a fuck about anybody. What I'm saying is, primarily, I'm very picky and choosy about it. Sitting there holding someone's hand for something. You know, so that you get what I'm saying. That is not like literally a stepchild or my girl or my child or something, or in a close like family. That's different. A close knit type of like family structure. That's very different. See, that type of thing. I know I'm going off on another rant, but I'm saying that's serious. Now that's a different thing. That's a totally different obligation. So I'm all for helping in that type of scenario. But this channel is just basically like tell you ways that possibly you could have some fun. You know? That you can have fun, give you ideas, and to entertain you. You know what I'm saying? That's what YouTube should be about, entertainment to a degree, and this is supposed to like entertain you to some degree, but you're also supposed to learn something though. So it's not just complete bullshit. Because if you're not learning anything, then that's kind of bullshit. And see, I'm not about like bullshit. I don't like bullshit. So okay, I'm gonna cut it here. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new to this channel and you're like, you're like, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this guy? What are you even fucking like? What are you talking about? Okay, so I'm Steve. This is Steve's Art and Fun channel. My nickname is Steve from the Back. And it's hilarious how I got the nickname. It's actually completely innocent how I got the nickname. It was actually given to me at work in a professional place, but you know, with my humor and how I spin it, when on my channel, it's Steve from the back, blowing out your backside. You get the joke. Okay, so you know, I'm Steve from the back. This is Steve's Art and Fun channel. This is a tiny channel. This channel is nothing at this point. Okay, so every view helps. Every comment, like, sub helps. Okay, so like, comment, and sub. Hit the bell button, please. Don't you dare fucking come on my channel and try to troll or don't fucking. I'm already gonna say, do not fucking come on this channel with no bullshit. Just please, just save your. I know I can't do anything to you, but I'm just asking you. Please don't fucking come to this channel with no bullshit and trolling and just bullshit. Don't say anything on this channel that is bullshit, okay? Because you're just wasting your fucking time. You're wasting your time, man. Okay. I mean, are you? Or are you? That's the question. So, like, comment, and sub. This is your host. I just like saying that. I like calling myself the host because I don't really get to say shit outside of this YouTube channel. At work, it's professional. I can't. What can I say at work? That's real. Almost nothing. Okay, I literally have to be phony as fuck. Not phony as fuck, but basically half the things I think I can't even say. You know what I mean? It wouldn't end well. So yeah, like, comment, and sub. This is Steve's Art and Fun channel. This is going in rants. This is not kid friendly. I know they have this whole like kid policy and children policy or whatever. This is too many curses and graphics and innuendos and everything. This is just not kid friendly. So it's going in rants. And if you go on my channel, look at the playlist. Just look at the content. Watch it. Like, comment, and sub. Okay. Have a nice night.